I'm Bevy Smith, and this is how I made it. I'm very secure in the fact that I'm a creative, and I'm very secure in the fact that I can make anything that I want, truly want, and desire. I can make it happen. Growing up in Harlem in the 1980s was a really big seminal moment as far as style goes for me. Dapper Dan was really quite popular, and of course he was the couturier for all the rappers, you know, Gucci and Louis Vuitton suits. So from the Eric B. and Rakim Paid in Full album cover to LL Cool J, like everyone went to Dapper Dan, and he was a Harlem staple. I remember, you know, Brooklyn and Queens, the girls dressed a little more like tomboys, and in Harlem, we were all about like kind of showing off our curves. I guess I realized I had style when girls in my neighborhood started asking me would I take them shopping. My first job in fashion I was 18 years old, and I was a receptionist at an advertising agency that specialized in upscale fashion. And I worked there with no real goal or you know, even idea that I would really work in fashion. And I was just like, you know, the 18-year-old receptionist, but I was well dressed, and they noticed that. And that was when I really kind of started getting into fashion, because my mentor actually said to me, you don't belong up here, you belong back there with us. I was a really successful media director, and I was doing so well, and my boss had given me so many opportunities. You know, he had sent me to Paris for the collections, and after a while, I achieved everything I felt like I could achieve at the advertising agency, and I no longer wanted to be a media director, so I quit. And sometimes knowing what you don't want to do is equally as important as knowing what you do want to do. So I was just like having lots of great, you know, kind of exploratory interviews, things like that, and I got a call from Vibe magazine because my friends Emil Wilbekin and Mimi Valdez both worked there. So I went in, and I met with the team, and I still wasn't that interested because I had worked in general market fashion for my entire career, and that's where it all started. So I took the job, and instead of approaching it in a pure sales kind of way, I approached it as a cultural liaison. So when I would go over to Paris and Milan, I would actually bring over James Van Der Zee photos so that they could see that who we were as a people. It wasn't a trend. Puffy didn't make being fly popular. Puffy got that from his great-grandfather. And it was really great. It was amazing that I was able to break brands like Gucci and Prada and Dior and Armani and Dolce & Gabbana, and people were shocked. I never really believed that it wouldn't work. I'm driven by I really am driven by new. I'm driven by learning, and I'm driven by challenges. The things I'm most proud of in my journey and in my career, I guess the first one is the fact that I quit my job. I quit a job at Rolling Stone magazine where I was making great money and I was very well respected within my profession. And I quit without another job and without a net. I quit just based on faith in myself. And I think that that's one of my greatest achievements. My other crowning glory is the fact that, you know, when the going got tough, instead of crying about it and instead of going back to my old life where I would have instantly been able to get a new job at a great magazine, being an advertising salesperson. Instead, I really tapped in and I created Dinner with Bevy. Keep your own counsel. You know, so many of us, and I was like this too when I was younger, you know, you don't feel confident in yourself. So you're like, oh, I need to find a mentor. I need to ask 10 people their opinion about something that I want to do. Why would you do that? They don't know you. You know you. You know what you really want. So that's what you should go for.